Have you ever thought that small morning habits could be silently harming your health, even when you feel perfectly fine? Imagine waking up every day, taking care of your body with the best intentions, only to unknowingly put yourself at risk for serious health problems. Take Mr. James, a 72-year-old man from Texas. He always believed he was living a healthy lifestyle, exercising daily, tending to his garden, and staying active. But one morning, while trimming the hedges, he suddenly collapsed. This shocking moment made everyone around him question, could there be hidden dangers lurking in our morning routines that we never even consider? In today's video, we're diving into the everyday habits that seem harmless but can actually put your health at risk, especially as you age. From exercising on an empty stomach to the dangers of getting out of bed too quickly, and one surprising habit in the bathroom that almost everyone overlooks. Each of these can lead to serious health consequences if not managed properly. Stay with me until the end, because not only will you learn how to prevent these risks, but you'll also discover simple ways to live longer, feel better, and enjoy your golden years to the fullest. Before we begin, I'd really appreciate it if you could like this video. If you believe this content is valuable, share your story in the comments, or just type number 9 below. Sometimes, one small action can help someone find exactly what they need. Now, let's get started and take control of your health, one morning habit at a time. Number 1. Avoid exercising on an empty stomach, a risk you can't ignore as we get older. Taking care of our health isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. Every choice we make, from the food we eat to the way we move, shapes how we feel today and how strong we'll be in the years to come. But what if I told you that one of the most common morning habits, something many people believe is good for them, could actually put their health at risk? Let's talk about exercising on an empty stomach. I want you to meet Mr. William, a 73-year-old man from Florida. He's been active his whole life, goes for a walk every morning, does a little stretching, and spends time working in his garden. He believes that staying active is the key to aging well. And he's right, but for years, he's had one habit that seemed harmless. He never eats before heading outside. One morning, just like any other, he laced up his sneakers, stepped outside, and got to work. But within minutes, something didn't feel right. His vision blurred, his legs felt weak, and before he knew it, he was on the ground. He had fainted. Luckily, his neighbors saw him and called for help. And when he got checked out, the doctor explained what had happened. His blood sugar had dropped too low, and his blood pressure had dipped suddenly, both triggered by physical activity without any fuel. You see, when we sleep, our bodies go into a fasting state. Think of it like a reset. Our metabolism slows down, our energy is conserved, and our blood sugar naturally drops. That's normal. But when you wake up and immediately push your body to exercise without giving it the fuel it needs, you're forcing your system to work harder without any support. It's like trying to drive a car uphill with no gas. The result? Dizziness, fatigue, unnecessary strain on the heart, and in some cases, serious health complications. For older adults, this is even more dangerous. In the early morning, the heart and blood vessels are already under more stress. Blood pressure tends to spike, and the body releases adrenaline to wake us up. If you add intense movement on top of that, without food, you increase the risk of heart attacks and strokes. And it's not just the heart that's affected. Without proper energy, your muscles don't function at their best. Your brain doesn't get the fuel it needs, and you're more likely to feel weak or lightheaded. So what should you do instead? It's simple. Give your body what it needs before you move. When you wake up, start by drinking a glass of water or herbal tea. Your body is naturally dehydrated after a night of rest, and this helps wake up your system. Then, have something small to eat. I'm not talking about a big breakfast, just something light that gives you steady energy. A small bowl of oatmeal with fruit, a slice of whole grain toast with avocado, or a boiled egg. Something that won't weigh you down but will give your body the fuel it needs. And instead of jumping straight into intense activity, ease into your morning. Try stretching, gentle movements, or a slow walk before doing anything too strenuous. This helps your body transition from rest to activity smoothly and safely. I've seen firsthand how small adjustments like this can change everything. When you take time to care for your body in the morning, you're sending yourself a message. I matter. My health matters. And it does. Not just for you, but for the people who love you, who want to spend more years with you, and who rely on you to be strong and well. So let me ask you, have you ever exercised on an empty stomach? Have you ever felt lightheaded or weak after a morning workout? If so, you're not alone. But today, you have the chance to make a simple change, one that could protect your health for years to come. And in the end, isn't that what truly matters? Number 2, don't get out of bed too quickly. A small habit that can save your life mornings are a fresh start, a new chance to embrace life. But the way we begin our day can either set us up for success or put us at risk without us even realizing it. There's one small habit that most people don't think twice about, yet it can have serious consequences, especially as we get older. Let's talk about the risk of getting out of bed too quickly. I want you to meet Mr. Thomas, a 74-year-old man from Ohio. He's the kind of person who likes to get things done. The moment his alarm goes off, he sits up, swings his legs over the bed, and stands up without hesitation, ready to start his day. He's been doing it this way for years. But one morning, something unexpected happened. As soon as he stood up, his vision blurred, his head spun, and before he knew it, he was falling. He managed to grab onto the nightstand just in time, but the shock left him shaken. He later told me, "I had no idea something as simple as standing up too fast could be so dangerous." And that's exactly the problem. Most people don't realize the risk until it happens to them. What happens when you get up too quickly? When we sleep, our body goes into full recovery mode. The heart rate slows down, blood pressure drops, and the circulatory system relaxes. This is what allows us to recharge and heal. But the moment you wake up, your body needs time to adjust. If you move too quickly, going from lying down to standing up in just a few seconds, your blood pressure might not keep up, and that's when the dizziness hits. For younger people, this might just be a brief moment of lightheadedness, but as we get older, the risks are much greater. A sudden drop in blood pressure can cause a loss of balance, leading to dangerous falls. And for seniors, a fall isn't just a minor accident. It can mean broken bones, months of recovery, or even a loss of independence. How to get out of bed the right way? The good news is, this is one of the easiest risks to prevent. Instead of rushing out of bed the moment you wake up, give your body a little time to adjust. Start by simply lying still for a moment after you wake up. Let your body catch up. Then, before sitting up, move your legs a little, stretch them out, flex your ankles, just to get the blood flowing. When you do sit up, do it slowly. Let your feet rest on the floor for a few seconds before standing. And when you finally get up, don't rush. Take a deep breath, plant your feet firmly, and make sure you feel steady before you start moving. It takes less than a minute, but it can prevent a serious fall, an injury, or even a trip to the hospital. A small habit that protects your future. I've had so many people tell me they used to jump out of bed too fast until they had that one scary moment of dizziness. After that, they never took this simple habit for granted again. But the truth is, you don't have to wait for a close call to start taking better care of yourself. This one small change in your morning routine isn't just about safety. It's about respecting your body, giving it the time it needs, and making sure that every step you take is a steady and confident one. So let me ask you, have you ever felt dizzy or weak after getting out of bed too quickly? Have you ever had a close call? If so, you're not alone. But today, you have the chance to make a simple change, one that could protect your health for years to come. And in the end, isn't that what truly matters? Number 3, stop straining in the bathroom. A small habit that can have serious consequences. There are some habits we do every day without thinking twice. They seem harmless, just a normal part of life. But sometimes, the things we overlook can be the very things that put our health at risk. And today, we need to talk about one of those habits, straining in the bathroom. I want you to meet Mr. Robert, a 75-year-old man from North Carolina. He's lived a good life, worked hard, raised his family, and now enjoys his peaceful retirement. Every morning, He follows the same routine. Wakes up, drinks his coffee, reads the newspaper, and then heads to the bathroom to start his day. But over the years, something changed. He started noticing that going to the bathroom wasn't as easy as it used to be. Sometimes he'd sit there longer than expected, pushing harder, thinking it was just a normal part of aging. And he never really thought much of it, until one morning, something went terribly wrong. That day, Robert was feeling more uncomfortable than usual. He sat down, strained harder than before, and suddenly, he felt a sharp pain in his chest. His head got light, and within seconds, he blacked out. His wife found him slumped over, barely conscious, and immediately called for help. When he got to the hospital, the doctors told him something shocking. Straining too hard had put so much pressure on his heart that it triggered a dangerous spike in blood pressure. He was lucky it wasn't worse, but they warned him. If he didn't change his habits, next time, it could lead to a stroke or even a heart attack. You see, what Robert experienced isn't rare. It happens more often than people realize. Because when you strain too hard, you're not just putting pressure on your stomach. You're putting pressure on your entire body. Your heart, your blood vessels, your brain, they all feel the effects. The sudden force can cause blood pressure to spike, weaken artery walls, and in some cases, lead to dangerous complications like ruptured blood vessels or fainting. And it doesn't stop there. Over time, excessive straining can lead to hemorrhoids, rectal prolapse, and even long-term damage to your pelvic muscles. These aren't just small inconveniences. They can make everyday life uncomfortable, painful, and in some cases, require medical treatment or surgery. But the good news is, this is something you can fix. And it starts with changing how you approach your daily routine. First, don't rush. If you feel like you have to force it, your body isn't ready. Straining doesn't solve the problem, it only makes it worse. Instead of forcing things, take a moment to relax. Breathe deeply, sit comfortably, and let your body do what it needs to do naturally. Next, pay attention to what you're eating. Constipation is one of the biggest reasons people strain, and it's often caused by a lack of fiber in the diet. Simple changes, like eating more leafy greens, whole grains, and fresh fruit, can make a huge difference. Drinking enough water is just as important. When your body is dehydrated, everything slows down, including your digestion. And here's something most people don't realize: your posture matters. Sitting the right way can make things much easier. If you struggle with constipation, try raising your feet on a small stool to mimic a squatting position. This aligns your body in a way that helps things move naturally, without extra strain. But most importantly, listen to your body. If you've been struggling with bowel movements for a while, don't ignore it. Chronic constipation isn't just uncomfortable. It can be a sign that something else needs to change. I've seen how small adjustments like these can make a huge difference. Because the truth is, taking care of your health isn't just about the big things. It's about the small choices you make every single day. And the way you take care of your body, even in the quietest moments, can impact your future more than you realize. So let me ask you, have you ever struggled with this? Have you ever found yourself pushing too hard, not realizing the risks? If so, you're not alone. But today, you have the chance to make a simple change, one that could protect your health for years to come. And in the end, isn't that what truly matters? These risks may seem small, but over time, they can take a serious toll on your body. The good news? They're easy to prevent if you take action now. Now that you know the risks, the next step is applying these changes to your daily routine. Because knowing isn't enough. It's what you do with that knowledge that matters. It starts with a mindset shift. These aren't just random health tips. They're simple habits that, when practiced daily, can keep you stronger, safer, and healthier for years to come. And the best part? They don't require major effort, just a little awareness and consistency. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, pause for a moment. Don't rush out of bed. Let your body adjust. Before stepping outside for a walk or doing any physical activity, fuel yourself properly. Even a small meal can make a difference. And when you go to the bathroom, be mindful. Don't force things. Let your body work naturally. These changes may seem small, but they add up over time. Every time you get out of bed safely, you prevent a fall. Every time you eat before exercising, you protect your heart. Every time you avoid straining, you reduce the risk of long-term damage. One habit at a time, you're securing a healthier future for yourself. So the question is, will you make these changes today? Because at the end of the day, your health is in your hands, and what you choose to do now will shape the years ahead. At the end of the day, taking care of your health isn't about making drastic changes. It's about the small, everyday choices that add up over time. The way you start your morning, the way you treat your body, and the way you listen to its needs all play a role in how strong and independent you'll be in the years ahead. Maybe you've never thought about these habits before. Maybe they seem too minor to matter. But now you know better. And when you know better, you do better. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, remember this conversation. Take a moment before getting out of bed. Give your body the fuel it needs before moving. And never force what should happen naturally. These are simple changes, but they have the power to protect you, strengthen you, and keep you living the life you deserve. The choice is yours. What will you do with it? Let me know in the comments. Have you ever experienced these issues? Have you already made some of these changes? If this message resonates with you, type number 9 below. Because sometimes, one small action can make all the difference. Let's move on to another story. The precious memories start to fade. Your mind isn't as sharp as it used to be. You forget your grandchild's name, misplace your keys, and walk into a room only to wonder why you're there. A familiar face appears before you, but it takes a few seconds to recall who they are. What if one day, you wake up and realize you don't even recognize yourself anymore? But memory isn't the only thing slipping away. Your once strong legs now tremble as you walk down the stairs, each step filled with the fear of falling. Your hands struggle to open a simple jar, once an effortless task. Your eyesight blurs, making it harder to read the small print on your medication. The world around you keeps moving, but you slow down. And then comes the harshest realization. You are no longer in control. The decline doesn't happen all at once, but it creeps in day by day, year by year, until you can no longer ignore it. But what if you could slow it down? What if the choices you make today determine whether you stay strong, sharp, and independent after 80? Would you take action before it's too late? Let's dive into 5 crucial steps that can help you maintain your health, preserve your independence, and age with strength and dignity. Number 1. Staying physically active. When your body no longer listens to you. There was a time when getting up from a chair was effortless, walking felt natural, and stairs were just a part of your daily routine. But now things are different. Your knees ache, your legs feel weaker, and even short walks leave you out of breath. You hesitate before taking the stairs, afraid of losing your balance. You never thought simple movements would become so difficult. Yet here you are, struggling with things that once felt easy. This decline does not happen overnight. After the age of 30, the body gradually loses muscle mass, and by 60, the process accelerates. If you do not actively work to maintain your strength by 80, you may have lost nearly half of your muscle mass, making even the simplest daily tasks feel like challenges. The worst part is that this is not just about feeling weaker. It is about losing your independence. Maybe you have already experienced the frustration of needing help to stand up, or the fear of falling when walking alone. It's not just a physical limitation. It is an emotional burden. A reminder that your body is no longer as reliable as it once was. But here is the truth. You can slow down and even reverse some of these effects. The key is to keep moving, no matter what. If you stop using your muscles, they deteriorate even faster. But if you stay active, you can rebuild strength, improve balance, and regain confidence in your movements. The question is not, can I exercise? But rather, what will happen if I do not? Now, let us dive into the simple yet powerful ways to keep your body strong and mobile. So how can you stay active without putting too much strain on your body? The key is to start with simple but effective exercises that improve your health without requiring a gym or expensive equipment. First, walking is one of the best forms of exercise. It is natural, low impact, and suitable for all ages. Even if it is just a few steps around the house, a short walk in the park, or a stroll through your garden, Every step helps maintain flexibility and strengthen your muscles. If long walks feel overwhelming, try breaking them into shorter sessions throughout the day, just a few minutes at a time. Second, strength training helps maintain muscle mass. You do not need to lift heavy weights. Bodyweight exercises can be just as effective. Movements like sitting down and standing up from a chair, rising onto your toes, or doing wall push-ups can improve your strength without putting too much pressure on your joints. If possible, you can also use light resistance bands to add a bit more challenge to your routine. Third, balance exercises are essential. As we age, our risk of falling increases, and falls can have serious consequences. Improving your balance can significantly reduce your risk of injuries. Try standing on one foot for a few seconds, walking in a straight line, or practicing gentle exercises like Tai Chi or yoga. Spending just 5 to 10 minutes a day on balance training can make a huge difference. It does not matter where you start. The most important thing is to start today. You do not need intense workouts or complicated routines. Just staying consistent every day will help your body stay strong, and you will thank yourself for it in the years to come. Number 2. Proper nutrition. When meals are no longer the same. Do you remember the meals you used to enjoy in your younger years, when you could eat anything without a second thought? But then one day, everything changed. Food no longer tastes the same. You eat less, yet your body feels weaker. Sometimes you feel tired, dizzy, or even lightheaded for no apparent reason. You get sick more easily, and even small wounds take longer to heal. As each day passes, you realize that your body is not getting the nutrition it needs to stay strong. The truth is that after 80, the body absorbs nutrients much less efficiently. The digestive system slows down, appetite decreases, and even weaker teeth can make eating more difficult. As a result, many older adults suffer from serious nutrient deficiencies, leading to rapid health decline, muscle loss, brittle bones, and memory deterioration. Many people mistakenly believe that they need to eat less as they age because their bodies no longer burn as much energy. But in reality, the older you get, the more carefully you need to structure your nutrition to maintain health. A lack of protein leads to muscle loss. A lack of calcium weakens bones and increases fracture risks, and vitamin deficiencies affect memory and immunity. Many elderly people end up in hospitals due to conditions that could have been prevented with a proper diet. So how do you maintain a well-balanced diet when eating has become more challenging? You do not need to eat more, but you must eat the right nutrients. Now, let's explore the essential food groups that can help maintain your health and slow down aging. So, what should you eat to maintain strength and slow down the aging process? The key is to focus on nutrient-dense foods that support your body's changing needs. First, prioritize protein to prevent muscle loss. Many elderly people do not consume enough protein, leading to weaker muscles, slower healing, and a higher risk of falls. Include lean protein sources such as chicken, fish, eggs, beans, and tofu in your daily meals. If chewing is difficult, opt for soft proteins like yogurt, cottage cheese, or smoothies with protein powder. Second, do not neglect calcium and vitamin D for strong bones. As you age, your bones become more fragile, increasing the risk of fractures. Dairy products like milk, cheese, and yogurt are great sources of calcium. If dairy is not an option, try leafy greens like kale and spinach, or calcium-fortified plant-based milk. Vitamin D is equally essential since it helps the body absorb calcium. You can get vitamin D from sunlight, fatty fish like salmon, or supplements if needed. Third, focus on heart-healthy fats and fiber for digestion. As metabolism slows, fiber-rich foods help prevent constipation and support gut health. Eat plenty of whole grains, fruits, and vegetables to keep your digestion working smoothly. Healthy fats from nuts, avocados, and olive oil also support brain function and cardiovascular health. Finally, hydration is crucial. Many older adults do not feel thirsty as often, leading to dehydration, fatigue, and confusion. Drink water regularly and include soups, herbal teas, and water-rich fruits like cucumbers and watermelon to stay hydrated. Good nutrition is not about eating more. It is about eating better. A well-balanced diet can help you stay strong, independent, and mentally sharp well into your later years. The right choices today will shape your future health. Number 3. Mental stimulation. When your mind starts to fade, you walk into a room, only to forget why you went there. You struggle to recall familiar names, or, worse, the faces of people you have known for years. Conversations feel harder to follow, and words do not come as easily as they once did. At first, it is just a minor inconvenience, misplacing your glasses, forgetting where you left your keys. But over time, it becomes more frequent, more frustrating, and more frightening. For many, the fear of cognitive decline is greater than the fear of physical aging. Losing strength is difficult, but losing yourself, your thoughts, your memories, your ability to connect with loved ones, is terrifying. The reality is that after 80, the risk of cognitive decline increases significantly. If the brain is not actively engaged, it begins to slow down, making it harder to process information, recall events, and make decisions. Many people assume that forgetfulness is simply an unavoidable part of aging. But in reality, your brain is like a muscle. The less you use it, the weaker it becomes. Just as physical activity keeps your body strong, mental activity keeps your brain sharp. And here's the good news. It is never too late to stimulate your brain and slow down cognitive decline. Even small daily habits can have a powerful impact on long-term cognitive function. Regularly engaging in mentally stimulating activities can help delay memory loss, improve concentration, and maintain overall mental sharpness. You do not have to commit to hours of studying or complex exercises. Simple, enjoyable activities can keep your mind engaged and resilient. Now, let's explore some of the best ways to keep your brain active and functioning at its best. One of the most powerful ways to keep your brain engaged is through reading and continuous learning. Whether it is books, newspapers, or even listening to audiobooks, immersing yourself in new information helps your brain stay sharp. Reading forces your mind to process, analyze, and remember details, which strengthens cognitive function over time. Even if long reading sessions feel tiring, simply reading a little each day can make a difference. Challenging your mind with problem-solving activities is also essential. Puzzles, memory games, and strategy-based activities have been shown to boost mental agility. Engaging in these exercises keeps the brain flexible and adaptable, reducing the risk of cognitive decline. Learning something new, whether it is a different language, a musical instrument, or a creative hobby, stimulates new neural connections, keeping your brain strong and engaged. Social interaction also plays a vital role in maintaining brain health. Conversations force the brain to think quickly, recall past experiences, and respond dynamically. Engaging in discussions with friends, joining community activities, or simply maintaining regular conversations with loved ones provides essential mental stimulation. Studies have shown that people who stay socially active tend to experience slower memory decline and lower rates of dementia. Finally, physical movement directly impacts brain health. Regular exercise increases blood circulation, delivering oxygen and nutrients to brain cells. Activities like walking, yoga, or even light stretching help reduce stress, improve focus, and enhance overall cognitive function. Taking care of your mind is just as important as taking care of your body. By staying mentally active, you are not just preserving your memory, you are protecting your ability to live independently, connect with others, and truly enjoy life. It is never too late to start, and even small efforts can lead to lasting benefits. Number 4. Social connections. The silent threat of loneliness. You wake up to another quiet morning, the same routine, the same silence. The phone does not ring as often as it used to. The invitations to family gatherings or outings with friends have become rare. Once you were surrounded by conversations, laughter, and the comforting presence of loved ones. Now, loneliness slowly creeps in, becoming an unwelcome companion in your daily life. Many people assume that isolation is just a part of aging, that as you grow older, you naturally lose touch with the world. But the truth is, loneliness is not just an emotional struggle, it is a serious health risk. Studies have shown that prolonged social isolation can increase the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even dementia. In fact, Some research suggests that chronic loneliness is as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. The danger of loneliness is that it often starts gradually. At first, you might simply prefer staying home because going out feels exhausting. Then, the effort of keeping up with relationships starts to feel overwhelming. Before you know it, days turn into weeks without meaningful social interactions, and your world becomes smaller and quieter. Over time, this isolation can lead to depression, anxiety, and even a faster decline in cognitive function. But here's the good news. Loneliness is not inevitable. Just as the body needs movement, the mind and heart need connection. Maintaining strong relationships, whether with family, friends, or a supportive community, can have a powerful impact on both mental and physical health. In the next section, we'll explore how to stay socially engaged, rebuild connections, and ensure that loneliness does not become the defining factor of your later years. One of the most effective ways to combat loneliness is by actively maintaining relationships. It is easy to assume that others will reach out, but the truth is, sometimes we have to take the first step. A simple phone call, a message, or an invitation for a short visit can go a long way in strengthening connections. Even if reaching out feels awkward at first, the more you engage, the more natural it becomes. Beyond family and close friends, joining a community or social group can make a significant difference. Whether it is a book club, a senior walking group, or a local hobby class, being part of something bigger than you. The next part of this video is now available on my channel.